welcome back to my channel. Today I have a brand new video for you guys, and today I'm going to be talking about things that girls look for in guys when they're trying to find somebody to date, or they want to make new friends, or they meet you and they want to know if you're somebody like good to hang out with. You know, this is the kind of things that girls will look for because it's important to them that they meet somebody that is worth spending time with and being with and stuff. And I kind of just thought this would be a good video to talk about because I know that a lot of girls end up with just really bad luck because they didn't look for the right things in guys, and they end up being really disappointing for her, and it sucks. So I decided that I would talk about things that girls look for in guys because I think I found some really awesome, great guy friends, including my boyfriend. So I wanted to show those or tell you guys about those things today. So I know I've been gone a long time, but I'm excited to be filming again, and I'm back, and I'm actually using my selfie stick to film, and it is working great. I love the angle that it's giving me. So let's get started. One of the first things that a girl will look for in a guy when they first meet them is eye contact. And eye contact is so important because you don't want to be with somebody that like barely looks at you when they're talking to you. I feel like that's like in somewhat of a way rude, I guess. So make sure that you guys give eye contact when you meet a girl because that is very important to them. Another thing that a girl will look for in a guy is, believe it or not, the way they act around kids, especially if the girl wants kids in the future. I believe, me personally, I believe that a way that a guy acts around children really defines who they are as a person, because they aren't gonna treat a kid any different than how they'll treat you. So if they're mean to a kid, they'll be even more meaner, is that a word, meaner? They'll be even meaner to you. So if they love kids, they love being around them, they're helpful, that is so important. Watch for that because that is also part of a person's character, and I admire how a guy acts around children. So yeah. Something else that girls look for in guys is how outgoing they are. So if you're hanging out with a guy that you've never met before, and well, I guess not never met, but like that you barely really know, you know, he's funny, whatever, and he comes off as really shy at first, you know, really standoffish, but then in the end he's really outgoing. That to me means that the guy is just really conservative of himself, and he doesn't really like to show random people how he really is. So don't really take that as something bad, girls and guys. So if girls are like trying to talk to you and you're like really shy, don't think that like we think, oh, this guy's, you know, not worth it. You know, we just want to get to know you. So like if we want to ask you questions, you know, try to break out of your shell a little bit because we want to know and we want to get to know you. Girls will pay attention to how you treat their mother and their own mother. That to me is so important, because if the guy is treating his mom like she's worthless and a piece of crap, I'm kind of like, dude, like, your mother is the reason I'm even in your room right now. Your mother is the reason I'm here. Your mother is the reason you're here right now. You know, you gotta just kind of remember that your mom does a lot for you, and if a guy is treating their mom like she's nothing, that means he'll probably treat you like you're nothing too. So make sure that that is something that you are paying attention to, because that's really important. Something else that girls look for in guys is how selfish they can be, I guess. Like, let's say there is 12 Dunkin' Donuts, a dozen, okay? And your favorite donut is left, and you only had one, and the guy's had 3, okay? And he wants to go for another one. And you reach for it, and he grabs it, and you look at him like, dude, that's my freaking donut. And he eats it, like, that's my donut. Now, what I would want the guy to do would be like, you know what, this is your favorite donut, you can have it, right? So, like, I guess, seeing if a guy is selfish or not is really important, because if he is selfish in a simple thing like that, he will be selfish in a relationship, and you don't want that. So that's something to look out for. Something that I look for in guys is how cocky and how insecure they are. So, like, let's say a guy plays a sport and he is just so cocky about it. Like, everything about the sport, he thinks he's the king of the sport. He is the creator of it, and he thinks he's just the bomb. And that's all he talks about, is how awesome he is at everything, you know? That, to me, is not confidence. That, to me, is being so cocky that he will think you're nothing. And you don't want that. You don't want your boyfriend to be so insecure. You want him to feel as though you are on a pedestal. You don't want the guy in or the person you're with in your relationship to feel like they're so much better than you, because that will make you feel horrible, and you don't want that. You also don't want to find a guy that's so insecure that he will almost make you feel bad about it. You don't want to feel bad about what somebody else thinks about themselves. You know, you want to make sure that they feel good. You want to boost their confidence. You want to make them feel happy, but you don't want to make them feel like they are nothing. Okay, like, you don't want to be with somebody that has such low self-confidence and they just don't believe in themselves, because what they're gonna eventually do is put that on you, and they're gonna make you feel the same way, and you don't want that. I promise you don't want that. The last thing that I look for, or that any girl would look for, is how well a person that you're with acts around your friends, and how they act around their friends compared to how they act around you, and just kind of all around how they act around different types of people. I feel like that is so important to tell a person's character and figure that out. If a guy doesn't like one of your friends, that's okay. They have their own opinions and they can say what they want, but I feel like respect is different from opinions. You need to always have respect around anybody that you're with. So if they can have respect, that's fine. And if you want to talk ish when you go home, that is fine with me. Just make sure that guys, you always have respect around a girl's friends, because that's really important to them. The last thing that most girls look for is past relationships and how those went and how those started and how those ended and everything in between, because that shows what a guy could possibly do in your relationship. And I'm not saying that what happened in the past is going to happen again. I'm just saying that there's always a possibility, and you can always tell by how somebody treated someone in the past that there's always a possibility that they can treat you the same way. Guys, that is pretty much all the things that I wanted to say today. I hope that you guys enjoyed this video, and I hope that, you know, it either helped you or helped answer some of your questions you may have had about what girls are looking for. Obviously, we look for a guy with a handsome smile and stuff like that. But these are just kind of the things that, you know, we look for as a person, and I thought that you guys would enjoy it, so I made this video for you guys. If you liked it, make sure you give it a thumbs up, and please, please, please leave requests for next videos in the comment section so that I know what kind of videos you want to watch, because I've been so brain dead recently, so this will really help me out. But anyways, I love you guys so, so, so much. Thanks for watching my video today, and I will see you in my next one. Bye! I want ice cream. My bubble on my foot because I wore these shoes. It's like a blister, but it's like a bubble. That doesn't make any sense, but trust me.